Okay. So I recently had a Waterman Carène. I had bought it from a reputable US retailer, and the thing leaked all over the place, um, which is fairly normal, reportedly for Carènes, just from what I've seen on Reddit and forums and other places. I saw this one on Amazon for $330. I really couldn't resist. First of all, when it came, there's what it looks like. My other Koran did not come in a box like this. It did not come in a box like this. It came in a normal Waterman pen box. This is much larger. And it says here, Waterman Koran Dell for deluxe cartridge, comma, gift box. Let's see. By the way, I need to apologize to you. I hate unboxing videos. I hate them. So please humor me. Humor me. Oh my God. I had to do this on camera. I'm just really kind of unreasonably excited. Unreasonably. Okay. Slip cover comes out. Nice looking box. Wow. Which one? Where's the side is the top on this? I take it opens like this. Oh my word. Okay. Yep. There she is. It is blingy. I was thinking it might be too bling, and it is. Let's face it. It's excessively bling. Carène Deluxe black gold trim. Uh, fountain pen fine. Oh my gosh. Can you read that? What is that price down here? Looks like a price. It says 31,500, but I can't tell out. I can't tell what the currency denomination is supposed to be. What the heck is this? What the heck, guys? Can you tell what currency symbol that's supposed to be? I'm guessing this might not be a U.S. domestic market pen. You know, 315,000 what? It could be yen, but at this point, that would be like what, like 200 yen or something less, or 200 US dollars, or probably less than that, 180. Oh my gosh. I gotta look at that under a magnifying glass. That is so weird. 5,000 what? Anyways, okay, interesting. There she is, naked. I don't know, black and silver. I'm thinking it's a he. Thinking it's a he. The blue and silver one is a she, that's for sure. Which is also a very good looking pen. Oh my word. Okay, I'm somewhat relieved. The finial lines up with the nib. I've heard from some new Koren owners that the nib, when you tighten this down, it opens up. When you tighten it up, oof, you need to twist it really tight to get it to line up, which is good, which is good. All right, I've got a cartridge. That's kind of nice. Anything underneath? Negative. Nothing underneath except for the owner's pamphlet thing. Contents: fountain pen, roller, ballpoint pencil, international warranty, limited warranty. Advice on use and maintenance. You know, I can flush out your fountain pen, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, we don't read the manual. um, please have a converter in here. Please have a thank you. Thank you for having a converter. Oh boy, this is exciting. All right, what should we ink this with? Firstly, we should have at least one of these. Oh, let's do Sargasso Sea. Let's think it was Sargasso Sea. Actually, never used this ink before, so this is the maiden voyage for this ink. Right. And my first Carène, I would dip fill it. That's how I would fill it. And like I said, it leaked all over the place. And something I read somewhere made me think, well, maybe it's because I'm dip filling it like an amateur, and I should just man up and syringe fill it. So I tried syringe filling it, and it still leaked, you know. But it kind of got me on this whole thing of like, oh, this actually is a much more neat and tidy way of filling a pen, which involves less wiping of ink off the nib and the section, less inky fingers, all of that good stuff. Woo! Woo! Nice high capacity syringe there. There we are. First thing you do, put the cap back on. Let's get this back in the section. Put this guy back in there. Now, depending on, let's see, some people advise putting a couple drops. There's a little window here, and you can see the ink coming in, maybe through the feed. I can't see anything in there. Some people do advise uh, put a few drops of ink with the syringe right in the fill hole. But let's see. Let's see if we really need to do that. All right. Yeah, might need to prime this. Let's post this so it doesn't roll off. By the way, the Carène's a comfortable pen, you know, posted or unposted. Posted, it's a little back heavy, but like not. It's actually not in a bad way. It's you know, it feels good posted, and it feels good unposted, right? Even though the cap is moderately chunky. Um, all right, let's do this again here. I emptied my syringe prematurely. All right, let's my hands are not steady enough for this operation. Wow. Wow. That came out way faster than I wanted it to. Way faster. I'm guessing that's going to be full at this point. Oof. Yay. I took a bath in the Sargasso Sea. All right. What did that do? Still nothing. All right. I've let this sit here for about 5 minutes, nib down. Let's see how we're doing now. Using some Leuchtturm notebook. Um, yeah, it writes really, really wet, just like my old one. I would need to write significantly larger than I like to write. At least on this paper. I mean, the large term is pretty absorbent, right? I mean, it's 80-gram paper, so not thin paper. And look at that show through. I mean, it's I don't know. It's pretty absorbent paper. It tends to draw lots of ink out of the pen. Let's try um actually the 120-gram large term, which I'm using actually for my journal right now, which is significantly less absorbent, higher quality paper. Nice. Wow. Darker blue than I expected. Sorry. Camera positioning. Voice term. 1917, 120 grams. It's a pleasure to write with. Really is. I don't know if I'll be using this to journal with unless I start double spacing or something. I like to write single spaced 5 millimeters, which this is why I use fine, extra fine pens. Ah, let's try some regular Midori paper. Standard Midori. Here's a nice A6 notebook. It's good for Midori, being less absorbent. Still writing really wet. Like really wet. I mean, that's larger than I like to write. Um, but it's such a pleasurable pen to write with, you know? And it's got panache. It's got pastiche. What else can I say that starts with P? It's a little, it's a little blingy. It is a little blingy. I have this issue with the Carène in general. Like the blue one I got was less blingy. I kind of feel like it's a pen you could have gotten for a bar mitzvah or a business gift or a graduation present in like 1992 in New Jersey. Somebody with a blue font. I can see somebody with a blue font giving me this. It's like, hey, it's a fountain pen. It's a fountain pen. It's French. It's from France. France. Paris. It's made in Paris. You know what I mean? Like it's it looks good. It's just kind of stuck in like 93. You know what I mean? But I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah. Man, the thing with the Quran is like, when I feel like I've got something serious to write, like YOLO kind of journaling. Like I want to lay down like Hemingway style. I want to go out and sit in my hammock naked, with a cigarette in my mouth, and write something like some Hemingway shit. You know, this this is the pen I grab. You know, even though it's wetter and bigger, that's kind of the point. I have to write larger. All right, let's try some Tomoe River paper. One moment. All right, Tomoe River, 68 GSM notebook, B6 size. Yeah, I don't know if I can write a single space on this either. Diamond oxblood, it's not Sargasso Sea. Wow, it comes out so. Again, I've never tried this ink before, so I don't have anything to really compare it to. I wonder if it to stay that dark, kind of rich color when it dries. I mean, kind of nice. Um, let's see. Yeah, show through. Not bad. No bleed through at all. How about the 52 gram Tomoe River loose leaf? But it's really nice on this paper. Then again, just so does everything. Everything writes so well on Tomoe River. No bleed through as ever. Kind of normal amount of show through. I mean, you can see the light through this, so the show through is a little exaggerated because of the backlighting. But you can totally write on both sides of this paper, even with a wet pen like this. Amazing, amazing. It's like so thin, but so good, so good. Um, well, we're on a roll. How about Rhodia? So this is Rhodia. No, this is actually this is Clairefontaine. Same thing, I guess, technically. Although the Clairefontaine paper is not the same thing as the Rhodia paper. Same company. Let's see. Gosh, this paper is unreasonably good for like a $12 notebook. I mean, yeah, it's very basic. It's very white color paper. Wide ruled. You can only get it wide ruled as far as I can tell. I think it's called like the Clairefontaine like basic notebook or something. But it's like for $12, it's unreasonably good. It is unbelievably good. Anyways, um, while we're on a roll, this Dingbats. I recently discovered this company. I almost don't want to let people know about them in case they get too popular and have to raise their prices. But don't worry, no one's really going to see this video anyway. So, Dingbats. I got the green deer. Let's see how is this paper. This pen is incredible on this paper. One thing I noticed about the pen when I had the blue one was the feedback and the sound that it makes. The sound that it makes on some paper actually sounds like you'd think it would be scratchy, but it's not. It just has this like really nice feedback of a hard nib that's nevertheless a quality nib, and it gives you feedback, but not scratchy feedback. And the sound that you get, eventually you start liking the sound because you just associate it with writing with your Carène, which is one of the funnest things you can do all day. The thing I noticed on this paper is that over time, it seems like inks fade pretty quick. Like it's not over absorbent at the outset. Yeah. But over time, it seems to absorb it in. Pretty good drying time. Just smeared my punctuation there a little bit. But everything else was nice and dry. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do I have any other thoughts about this pen? I do not know. This is unbelievably nice. Ah, in conclusion, in conclusion, would I buy it again? Yeah, I think so. We'll see. Um, I'm keeping it though. I'm keeping it. Oh, does it leak? Does it leak? Okay. Pinky? No ink on it. At least not any blue ink on it. Little ink. Little ink. Is it abnormal? Is it an abnormal amount? Okay, middle finger. Let's give it the middle finger on the other side. Lightly. No ink. Just lightly. No ink. Okay. Not bad so far. Not bad. So definitely, yeah, it remains to be seen if it's gonna start leaking. The other one would leak out of the pen, like right under this inlay thing. Like it would just all along this on both sides, it would be kind of slowly seeping ink all the time. If you're writing, if you're not writing, if it's capped, nib up, nib down, laying on your desk. So you would get your thumb would get a bath of ink all the time. And I've seen this reported by a handful of other people, including a YouTube reviewer that got one sent to him for free. And he's like, oh, yeah, leaks ink. I guess that's kind of normal. I mean, I could see people tolerating that in this pen, I guess, but that's a bridge too far for me to have ink on your thumb every time you use it. I mean, come on. Um, yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Uh, I don't know. I have other pens, I have other thoughts, I have strong opinions. If you want to see anything else, let me know.